We're at DeLeon Middle School, our IB MYP program. We're very proud of all the hard work that the students and staff put in to being a top-notch school. So, Mr. Grossweiler, what are some of the things that you're going to share with us?
Well, thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. We've got a lot of outstanding programs, and it was hard to decide on only a few of them to showcase, but we do want to showcase our great fine arts program. I know district-wide fine arts is top-notch in McAllen ISD, and we think we have one of the best ones going. We also want to showcase some of our athletes. We've had very successful seasons, some of the best since I've been here, and that goes back to 1992-93. We also want to show what we're doing with our high school credit classes, our Spanish, our technology, and also robotics.
Well, we're in art class with Ms. Gilbert. Thank you for the experiences that you provide your students with, because we know that your students, our students, work hard all day, and anytime they get a chance to come into the art room and express their creativity and learn from a different perspective, it's something that we know benefits the child from a holistic perspective. So tell us about how you're utilizing the Google Classroom in your class.
Sure. All right. Well, here at DeLeon, we actually use Google Classroom across the school. So it's not just us. One of the things we use it for is for our second period, our enrichment pride time. Everything for everybody gets sent out through that. But in our classroom, I work with Mr. Gonzalez, who's next door, and so we do a lot of things collaboratively. So we'll use Google Drive to create things, shared documents, and then we'll each post them through our classroom. So for example, this is a presentation, this is a project that our kids are starting on today about tessellations. And so this was a shared document that we created, and in our Google Classroom, it's there and available for our kids to use. We're available and made a DeLeon Visual Arts YouTube page. So Mr. Gonzalez and I have made numerous demonstration videos, informational videos. So a lot of the step-by-step things that kids need to do, instead of me explaining it 5 times, him explaining it 5 times, we simply talk about what we're going to do. It's in the Google Classroom. The kids can go in and watch the videos, and then for those kids who really need that extra one-on-one with me, I can walk in and sit down with them and give them that extra guidance. And my kids who are more independent can move ahead with the video. So it creates a nice level of differentiation. And
I commend you for using it. And I know that I'd have to thank Mr. Grossweiler, because I had a meeting with him months ago, and he talked about all the great things that were going on with the Google Classroom at DeLeon Middle School. And he bragged about how all the teachers were utilizing this technology. And then I started asking him questions about how I could utilize it, and he started giving me ideas about how he was utilizing it from a leadership standpoint. Yeah. And because of that, I have Google Classrooms, and I attribute it to your leader, to Mr. Grossweiler, because as he started to challenge me, and as he started to give me ideas, he started to say, hey, well, have you ever thought about putting our vertical teams? So it's something that I'm very proud of. And I can show the cameras some of my Google Classrooms that we use from a leadership perspective. And I do attribute this initiative to Mr. Grossweiler and his challenge to me. I'm with Belinda and Diane, and they are here to showcase their IB Community Service Project. The beautiful thing about IB is that it's grounded in a holistic approach. And when we're looking at holistically educating the child, part of that is community service. It's also driven through intercultural awareness and communication. It's the IB and this approach that allows our students to not only educate themselves, but educate the community, and not only educate the community, but provide a service to the community. So what's going on? What's your project about?
So we're teenagers, so firsthand we know of the struggles that we may face in the future. We have a lot of pressure on our shoulders, so we wanted to make a safe haven for people and students to basically ask questions and relieve some of their stress onto us.
We basically made an advice blog, but not only is it an advice blog, but we put ourselves into the website as well, because we put our like on Monday we have like comedy Mondays, so to laugh on like Monday, because nobody likes Monday.
It's an expression of ourselves. We put a lot of us into this project.
Yeah, and for IB, our global context of this was personal and cultural expressions, because through our website, we put ourselves and we express ourselves, and our website is very personal, it's very anonymous, so that we wanted the students to feel comfortable asking us questions, and we're giving you free advice.
This is a great project because, especially in adolescent years, there's always, as you mentioned, the pressure of growing up. So to know that you all are utilizing technology through your 8th grade community project to help students is commendable, and it says a lot about the big hearts that you all have and the care-based approach that you're taking. And it's a great example of the things that are going on here at DeLeon. So we look forward to seeing the many different service projects that your classmates are putting in place. So we're in the gym with the DeLeon Lions, and I'm here with Coach Alcantar and Principal Grossweiler. And this is a high-powered athletic program that Coach Alcantar has put together. Coach, what can you tell me about this group?
I think the best thing I like about this group is just the consistency that we have for both the female and the males athlete programs. Every day, very well-balanced kids in the classroom and outside the classroom. We have a smart group of kids taking Algebra 1, geometry. So that helps us out also, not only in the field, but outside the field, for them passing the classes, performing, and both sides of the ball.
And how do you think that's going to help them later on in life when they're in the real world?
I think for the real world, I think that's going to help them in academically, professionally, when they get up to the higher level, either hopefully in sports or either in academics. They'll get them prepared to overcome the obstacles that they're going to face throughout their college or career life.
What are some thoughts about your group here with regard to your athletic coordinator and your student athletes?
Coach Alcantar, under his leadership the last couple of years, has really built a strong athletic program on both the girls and the boys side. So I see it as a testament to his leadership that we've had some of the best teams we've ever had at DeLeon Middle School, both with the girls and the boys. All of them are champions. I know this is just a sample of all the great student athletes we have. I know girls were undefeated this year in volleyball, best team in the district and area, and boys basketball were also undefeated this year and last year, best team in the district and area. But I know most importantly, and I think Coach alluded to it, these are scholar athletes, and they're also good people. I've had a lot of compliments about them and their humility. Even though they are winning very convincingly, they are also very humble. So I'm very proud that they represent our school.
And we know that athletics plays a key role in the success of the whole child. And when you look at athletics, it really is one of the best at-risk programs in the district because it gives students an avenue, it gives students opportunities to showcase their skill sets. But we also have students that not only excel on the field or on the court, they also excel in the classroom. And that's what it's about. It's about getting these students ready for the most important game of all, and that's the game of life.
As an IB World Campus, one of our IB attributes is being a communicator. And being a communicator means communicating effectively in more than one language. And we are in Miss Marisa Garza's Spanish 2 class where the kids are reading a novel in Spanish, answering questions, essays, short answer questions in Spanish. And the benefit of this is that we strengthen some of the attributes that kids already have. Many of our kids have a background with Spanish, and we want to support that and develop that skill because we know in the 21st century, being able to communicate effectively in more than one language is a very critical job skill and will benefit them greatly. I have here one of our counselors, Miss Alanis. Wanted to ask her how will taking Spanish in the middle school help the kids in high school and beyond?
Roughly at DeLeon we have 220 8th graders. 100 of them actually received Spanish 1 credit last year. So we have a good vision in this class of who already has the high school credit for Spanish 1. They're all working on the Spanish 2 credit. We're planning on testing quite a few kids this year for the Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. So when they enter high school, they're going to have satisfied their language credit for Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. So it's going to give them a leg up on the Arts and Humanities endorsement. They're going to have more room in their schedule to take current technology education courses. And they're going to have a possibility of getting some special recognition at graduation for some biliteracy endorsements on their diploma as well.
Just to add one thing, I know last year we had 80% of our 8th graders go to high school with Spanish 1 credit, and 40% of our 8th graders go with Spanish 2 credit. And this is just part of what we do with accelerating our students for high school. In addition to the Spanish credit, the kids all have an opportunity, every single 8th grader, to get a technology credit. And many of our students, about 35% of them, are in a high school math class, either algebra or geometry. So by the time they leave DeLeon Middle School, many of our students will have 4.5 credits already in the bank for high school. And all of our kids will have at least earned some high school credit. So that's one of our focus areas at DeLeon, is to get the kids ready for high school and beyond.
I'm with Danny and Jerry and Mr. Keys, and we're here at DeLeon Middle School at the enrichment course that focuses on coding and robotics. We're very excited about the great things going on in this enrichment course. I did want to ask Jerry what this, or how this program or this robot actually works. So can you give me an understanding of how this robot actually works?
Okay, this robot works by a computer where you could choose programs, because there's like these little programs that is on the computer, and then you could download it on this robot. If you have the programs already on it, then you could choose it and it will go.
And what do you like most about this enrichment class?
Well, the most that I like the best from this enrichment class is because it's like technology. Like I like to have technology.
Very good. And Daniel, can you show us how it actually functions? All right, high five, good job. Mr. Keys. Another example of the great things going on in McAllen ISD with coding and robotics. We challenge our students to think beyond just the regular classroom and apply what they learn in math and science. And it's awesome to see our students having fun, teachers challenging our students and taking their understanding to a more conceptual level. And it's great to see 21st century type technology be utilized to make that happen. So thank you very much, DeLeon Middle School, for everything that you guys are doing. We're proud of you all.